Next, I give the floor to Ivan Ludeña. Thank you a lot. Ivan, please.
Thank you, Jose. Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for the presentation, and thank you very much, everyone, for your presence and attention. It's an honor for me to participate in this seminar by SECNA, and in these next 20 minutes, we will try to explain some definition that we consider of interest to all. We will try to expose the current regulatory framework, and we will talk about the future perspectives in the terms of organic products. But before I start to explain all the definition, I would like to make a brief introduction about organic products from the perspective of consumers. There is a growing interest on the part of the entire food chain for this type of ecological, organic, or bioproducts. There are studies that show that the consumptions of organic food as a reflection of the existing trend in society and industry that leads us towards a healthy lifestyle. 68% of those who consume these products do so because they are healthy and help prevent diseases. In addition, 45% will buy more products of this type. In other words, it's a long-lasting consumer trend that will increase in the coming years. We can say that we are facing a relatively young consumption, since 62% of consumers have started in these consumptions in the last 5 years. The main weight is fruit and vegetables, milk and juice, and followed by dessert. We could say that they are the initiation product to this type of consumptions. But there are more and more organic products demanded by the food chain. Consumers buy by looking at the European Union logo, but also according to the type of establishment, to the shape and taste, and to the labeling. There are in turn several types of organic consumers. 57% respond to healthy consumer, buy and consume this food for health. 26% are eco-authentic consumers. It does so for its environmental commitment. 12% are a trendy consumer. It joins the trend of organic. And 6% is high-risk consumer, consumed for the quality and taste of this. So we can't start talking about definition without mentioning the regulation 2080/848 of the European Parliament and the Council of the 30 May 2018 on organic production and labeling of organic products. In his Article 3 of definition, he clarifies several concepts, but due to lack of time, we can't go into detail with all of them, but we are going to consider the most relevant. For example, organic production means the use of production methods that comply with this regulation at all stages of production, preparation, and distribution. Organic product means a product resulting from organic production, but the products of hunting or fishing of wild animals are not considered as organic products. Genetically modified organisms means genetically modified organisms as defined in Directive 2001, which is not obtained through the techniques of genetic modification listed in Annex 1B to that directive. Produce from GMO means derived in full or in part from GMOs, but not contain or consisting of them. Produced by GMOs means derived by using GMOs as the last living organisms in the production process, but not containing or consisting of GMOs nor producing from GMOs. But what's happened with the definition of terms eco, bio, and organic? These terms are used interchangeable, and sometimes the consumer does not know if we are talking about different products or if we are talking about the same types of products. These adjectives really are synonyms. They are all designate those products that have not been treated with any type of pesticides or chemical product that is not natural, that they have been cultivated respecting the cycles of nature, and of course that they are not transgenic. All these qualities are officially recognized. Any product that includes the terms eco, bio, and organic on its labels must meet the same requirement in its production. The community provision that regulates is the Regulation 2018/848, compliance with Brussels regulation, which approves the recognition of a bio, eco, and organic product. But among consumers, perhaps there are some difference between these adjectives on a more subjective level. Bio is understood as a more natural product with a higher quality of nutrients, with greater and better benefits for the health of those who consume it. The term eco is more associated with environmental aspects, sustainable production, and respect and care for the environment during the production chain. The term organic, however, is more associated with GMO-free products, with food-free of products with chemical synthesis. But as I said, these differentiations are subjective on the part of consumer. In terms of legislation and therefore certification, these terms are synonyms. I didn't want to end the definitions section without citing the following definition that appear in the Use the Organic Food Production Act of 1990. Classifies organic products into three categories: 10% organics, those that contain 100% organic ingredients; organic, those that contains 95% organic ingredients; products made with organic ingredients, those that contain 70% of or more organic ingredients. Once we have seen the most important definitions, we are going to talk about the regulatory framework. Obviously, due to lack of time, we are not going to see all of them, nor are we going to talk about them in depth, but we are going to see the regulatory framework that can be most common for all of us. And we are going to start talking about the European Union. In the European Union, organic products are regulated by Regulation 2018/848, and the main objectives of this new regulation, which should have gone into force on January 1st, 2021, is to promote the harmonization of the European Union production model, improve free competition between European products and those from third countries, prevent the possibility of fraud, and increase consumer confidence in organic products, in addition to clarifying some technical aspects. However, the COVID-19 pandemic and the public health crisis it has created represent an unprecedented challenge for member states and place a heavy burden on operators in the organic production sector. Therefore, in November 2020, Regulation 2020/1693 was published, which modifies the regulation, and with regard to the day of application and other dates mentioned therein. In this way, the entry into force of this regulation has been postponed until January 1st, 2022. The scope of this regulation covers the need for regulation for other products that are directly linked to agriculture and widens the range of possibly organic products that can be produced, prepared, labeled, distributed, marketed, imported, or exported from the Union. This regulation gave greater security and certainty to all agents involved in the organic food production chain. It's important to note that it also provides greater simplification and harmonization when applying the new legislation. The new legislation increased the guarantee of quality and safety, since the logo of an ecological product of the European Union offers as consumer the highest level of guarantee that we can expect from an agri-food product, and fulfill response to the expectation that they are deposited in this food. The controls on organic products, its internal controls is rewarded. A good example can be observed with the reduction of official control by the competent authorities when the food operator's record is excellent. In the event that after 3 consecutive years of annual controls he has managed to keep his file immaculate, it can be paid to one check every 2 years. So, what's happened with USA? The consideration of organic or ecological product in USA is not similar to that of Europe. The national and foreign food industry that intends to certify its agri-food of other products as organic in the United States is obligated to comply with the requirements established by the Organic Food Production Act 1990, which established the responsibility for the control of these products in the federal agency, United States Department of Agriculture, USDA, and its administrative department, Agriculture Marketing Service, responsible for preparing the regulation that developed the National Organic Program. Federal legislation is contained in the Code of Federal Regulation. So agri-food products, which are regulated by the United States Food and Drug Administration, and want to be marketed in the USA as organic, must comply with the old FDA regulation, including general and nutritional labeling, and in addition with the requirements set by the USDA for organic products. So that organic product from third countries can be imported and marketed in the USA is required to either be certified in accordance with the regulation of USDA organic products by a body previously accredited by State Department for such purpose, or based on standards international authority. Regarding the second options, it's materialized through agreements that are formalized with 3 third countries that can demonstrate that they have a regulation and control system similar or equivalent to those contemplated in the U.S. National Organic Program case. Case the certification issued by the foreign country under its regulation is admitted. And what's happened with Japan? Organic European products are not automatically recognized by the Japanese Ministry of Agriculture. The Japanese authority required that organic food bear the logo of the Japanese agricultural standard, which can be obtained in one of the following ways: by equivalent systems. The Japanese Ministry of Agriculture recognized organic product control bodies from European Union member states whose certificates of validity is also recognized in Japan, by certification in origin, and by certification at destination. At last, on January 1st, 2021, the United Kingdom ceased to be a member state of the European Union, and although the production rules remain the same, what changed is the export and import system. From January 1st, the marketing of product to UK is considered an export outside the European Union, and British who buy product must go through the processing as product importers. The trade in organic products is also part of this agreement, and there is a reciprocal recognition of equivalence of the current organic legislation and control system of the European Union and the United Kingdom. In terms of labeling, organic products might bear the European Union organic logo. Any UK organic logo is pending adoption, or both of them. However, at least in Europe, constant updates are being published on organic product regulation, some of them of less importance, but not less important for that. This will be the case until at least 2025 or maybe 2026, which is the horizon set by the Union. For this reason, it's very important to be up to date on legislative matters, and to have access to reliable database that provide us with news and give us the consolidated regulation just in time. Finally, we are going to talk about the future prospects, which at least in the European Union are expected to be launched in a short space of time. Clean label is synonymous with the clear, clean, and unstable declaration of food. It ensures that the ingredient list of food products is free from incomprehensible terms as well as artificial ingredients. There is no specific regulation on clean labeling, and there is a great challenge for companies. The consumers distrust those ingredients or things they don't know, according to the studies by leading companies in the food industry. And 69% of consumers attach importance to the labeling of food products. And two out of three consumers, more or less, are willing to pay more for foods whose ingredients they can recognize. Finally, the Green Deal is a plan that includes 50 concrete actions to combat climate change, which aims to make Europe the first climate neutral continent by 2050. The objective is for Europe to have a clean economy with zero emission, and to protect our natural habitat, to improve the well-being of people and companies, and to take the lead in climate action around the planet. Unlogical, some of these actions are destined to promote ecological agriculture, since, among other actions, reduction of pesticides, for example. So this has been all. I hope I have been able to explain that different concept and the current regulatory framework in terms of organic production. I greatly appreciate your attention, and here I leave you my contact information in case you need more information on this matter or another matter related to food legislation.
Okay, thank you very much, Ivan, for your keen presentation. I remember to everybody that if I have any kind of question, you can send using the chat.